Which side is better? The Democrats or the Republicans? Which people are better? Which side is better? I guess probably the best place to start is to think about the extremes that we're presented with from both sides. For example, it wasn't that long ago that everyone was worried about the bathrooms in Target. You know, if I self-identified as a woman and I went into the women's bathroom, then Target's cool with that. And the Democrats are all about like, yes, that's what we want. We want that. Then the Republicans freak out about it. And then here recently, I mean, if you think that's kind of crazy, but then consider this. What's happening right now in August 2017. One of the things that's happening, trending on Google, where I went to school, where I went to college and got my degree, Liberty University, there are people literally mailing back their diplomas to send a message that they don't appreciate the way the Chancellor, Jerry Falwell Jr., is in cahoots with Donald Trump, President Trump, and they want to send a message. So, do you think that's crazy, mailing back your diploma because of how the current Chancellor is handling things? I mean, I was there in '05 is when I finished, but anyway. So does that sound extreme to mail back your diploma, but doesn't it also seem extreme to worry about, which bathroom am I going to go to at Target? One side was extreme Republican concerns, the other is extreme Democrat concerns. And what about people like me who are in the middle? If I don't choose a side, if I don't say I'm all about your side, if I don't do that, what will those sides say about me? They're going to say that I'm being passive. They're saying by not making a stand, I'm making my choice, aren't they? That's what they're going to say. So hold that thought. But let's also talk about something very important and so important to our lives right now. I'm going to teach you a new term. Identity protective cognition. Identity protective cognition. One more time. Identity protective cognition. Here's what that term means. It's very important. What that term means is when a person already has a belief system, and it's so strong of a belief system that it's tied into their identity, if you say anything to go against that, what happens is anything you say only confirms what they already believe. Okay? So if I tell a Republican that they're wrong because they should be a Democrat for these reasons, they're only going to become that much more intensive Republican. And the same thing with the Democrat. If I try to tell them any perspective of all from a Republican, it's only going to strengthen their own belief. And obviously you see where I'm going with this. Look at America. Look at the Republicans, look at the Democrats. Do you think that any of them are going to convince each other of their own beliefs? Of course not. Identity protective cognition. And it's part of their identity. So they're only going to reconfirm their beliefs. So, where does that put the rest of us? It puts us in an interesting perspective because we can look back and think, you know what? Why can't I have a mind of my own? Why do I have to completely bow down to that political party? Why do I have to get upset about Starbucks cups or what bathroom to go to at Target or whether I should mail back my diploma because of what's happening today versus well over a decade when I was there? But that's the thing. If the people on each of those sides are going to tell you that you're passive and that you need to make a stand for what is right. You have to make a choice, right? But you don't. You can choose to just stay out of that and say, you know what? They're never going to convince each other. Now, I'm not telling you politically what to believe, but I can tell you, in case you haven't ever heard of it, there's a third option, libertarian. That's what I am, and it's this simple. If it's not personally affecting me, I don't let it bother me, and I don't get worried about it. That's the libertarian mindset. In my opinion, a very emotionally intelligent place to be, because otherwise, as long as you're a Republican, as long as you're a Democrat, the most extreme people in your political party, what are they going to do? They're going to sort of pressure you to take a stand on whatever thing that they're banning or boycotting. And let me just say, anytime there's a ban or boycott, I immediately just leave. I leave the room because, again, I don't want to be thrown on one side or the other or to be in that. And I've learned never tell another person they're wrong. It only makes them lose respect for you. Because even if you're completely right, you don't gain people's respect by changing their beliefs or even trying to. That's not how you gain their respect. So it only makes enemies. And what good is it to fall 100% on this side when really that other side doesn't have anything legitimate to say? I'm not that kind of guy that's going to go 100% one way. I'd rather be down the middle. Let everybody else argue and sort it out. But think about this. Every election we have, right? Every election we have, it's a tug of war. The Republicans, if we can only get the president to be a Republican, everything will be okay. They'll stop abortion. Democrats, a tug of war. If we can only get the president to become a Democrat, then all the poor people would be taken care of. And Republicans, then people won't be having abortions because most people who have abortions are poor. And there's just going back and forth, back and forth. And so what, the Republicans win for 4 or 8 years. So what, the Democrats win for 4 or 8 years. And then it flips back because the other side has had enough. They go back and forth. But imagine a world where you don't have to be emotionally affected by that stuff. I'm not emotionally affected by politics. I checked out of the system. You can check out of the system too. You can unplug too. It's a choice. There's a third choice. You don't have to be just Democrat or Republican and join their boycotts and bans. You don't have to. But it's your choice. It's not my choice. And honestly, I don't care what you choose. Why? Because what am I? What am I? Oh yeah, I'm not a Democrat or a Republican. I'm a third party. I'm a libertarian. I have a mind of my own.